Welcome back to the channel. I'm Austin with the Real Cinema Squad, and today we're going to break down the incredible Wolverine variants that showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine. So let's jump in. So in the movie, Deadpool travels through the multiverse to find a Wolverine that will join him on his quest to save his timeline from being destroyed. Now, this is because the Wolverine from his timeline is the Wolverine we all know and love who died in Logan. And Logan was the anchor to Deadpool's universe, and with his death, the world is slowly dying. And so through a fun montage played to the tune of Huey Lewis and the News' Power of Love, Wade Wilson comes across many versions of Wolverine. So first up, we got the short Wolverine, or as Deadpool likes to call him, the Short King. Now, this hilarious scene shows Hugh Jackman as the small and stocky Logan, paying homage to Wolverine from the comics, who was always a shorter man, giving off that more animal-like quality. Only since Hugh Jackman donned the character in 2000 in the original X-Men movie has the character been taller. And next up, Wade ends up in a world where he ends up in a fancy casino where he runs into Patch. Now, Patch is an alias Wolverine became in the comics to disguise himself as he operated in the fictional city of Madripoor. Now, Patch sports an eye patch and a white suit, giving off real James Bond vibes. And then we get Deadpool visiting an apocalyptic world where he ran into the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Now, for those who you don't know, this is a reference to the Age of Apocalypse comic where Charles Xavier is killed by his son Legion, which changes the timeline all up, and Apocalypse actually attacks Earth sooner and takes over. In this world, Logan loses his hand and sports a metal stump while also donning his red and black suit. He goes by the name Weapon X. Well, next up, we have Deadpool visiting a world that resembles the Old West. We find a rugged, older version of Wolverine sitting on the front porch of his cabin wearing a cowboy hat. Now, this variant immediately shoots Wade with a shotgun, and this is a reference to the Wolverine in the old Man Logan comics. The movie Logan was also kind of based off of this, but this is a more accurate depiction. So after being blasted by Old Man Logan, Wade ends up in a graveyard of bones. He sees Wolverine hanging from a giant X. Now, this is a reference to the Uncanny X-Men issue, number 251, that showcases this same image on the cover. Next up, we have Deadpool who finds a Wolverine in the forest, donning the yellow and brown suit from the John Byrne comics. Deadpool quickly assumes the role of the audience and inquires about Wolverine fighting the Hulk. Immediately, the Hulk appears behind him and knocks Wade into the tree, which is really a homage to the fight that we see on this comic book cover here. And lastly, and probably the best Wolverine cameo, was when Deadpool shows up in a garage and finds Henry Cavill playing the titular character. Deadpool jokes about how he's the Calverine and that we would treat him much better than the folks down the road. Now, this, of course, is a joke about how other franchises like DC let Henry Cavill go from his most popular role as Superman. And with that, that is the end of our journey through the multiverse of Wolverines. So let us know what you thought of this movie. Let us know what you thought of the Easter eggs and the cameos, and we will see you next time.